Happy Pride Month, everybody. Yes, it's June, which means it's Pride Month. Happy Pride to everybody watching this video. And I do mean everybody. And as it's Pride Month, I thought I'd let you in to a little secret. Well, not that much of a secret if you've seen my other videos, but yes, that's right. I am heteroflexible and I'm straight. I better quickly explain, if you haven't heard the term heteroflexible before, what it is. Heteroflexible means you are mostly attracted to the opposite sex, as it were. So if you're a man, mostly attracted to women, but sometimes you might be attracted to people of the same sex. It doesn't mean that you necessarily want to be in a relationship with people of the same sex, or indeed a relationship with people of the opposite sex. And it also gets a bit complicated when it comes to non-binary people, but that doesn't necessarily stop you using the term heteroflexible if you are mostly attracted to people of the opposite sex, but are also sometimes attracted to gender fluid and non-binary people. That would also be a perfectly fine and valid usage of heteroflexible. But for me, what it means to me is that I am the vast majority of the time attracted to women, because I'm a man, but every now and again, under certain circumstances and for the right people, I might be attracted to a man. But I also said I was straight, and I meant that. A couple of years ago, when I first made one of those videos, I thought I had to be either straight or heteroflexible, and I didn't want to give myself the heteroflexible label because I didn't want to not have the straight label. Well, firstly, I realised not too long ago that there's no reason why I can't give myself both labels. They're both valid, they're both me. And also, you know, the rules of labels, if you want to call it that, is that you can give whatever label to yourself that you like. You know, you control your own label. You don't have to give yourself a label either. Even on those surveys and on those things that you have to fill in various places where it asks your sexual orientation, you can click the prefer not to say box, because if that's what you prefer, you can do that. So yes, the individual can give themselves a label which fits them as best as they think it does. So, like I say, I am heteroflexible, but I am also straight. So despite this being Pride Month, and that is of course Pride for LGBTQ plus people, I don't count myself as LGBTQ plus. And there's a few reasons for that. Firstly, I live in London, and London is in the UK, and the UK is, as far as the world standards go, and there's of course lots more space to be liberated for LGBTQ plus people, the UK is pretty good when it comes to acceptance of LGBTQ plus people. Therefore, I don't feel like I need liberating from where I am now. Partly because I am hetero-romantic. I am not heteroflexibly romantic at all. I don't feel like I am ever, and I don't believe in the future I would ever be in any kind of relationship with somebody of the same gender as me. I also feel, despite maybe a few people in the comments below who will purposely find this kind of video and comment various nasty things down there, I don't care about you, by the way. So apart from a few people, I'm not going to get attacked for who I am right now, because I am straight passing, as we call it. I'm straight enough, I guess. But again, you know, I'm giving myself this label. It's my choice. So I count myself as heteroflexible, like I say, and straight because it's not LGBTQ+. Now, it's fair to say, obviously, it's an individual's interpretation of where they think they fit in both the spectrum and whether they believe they're LGBTQ+ or not, or whether they need liberation or not. And maybe actually being a white cis man also puts me in this kind of area of I don't feel I need liberation, and this tiny thing which hasn't really got any consequences for my day-to-day life doesn't really mean that I need liberation from that either. As I'm heteroromantic, that means I can marry a woman, and that would be accepted pretty much everywhere. None of these things stop me from being an ally, of course. I am an LGBTQ+ ally. I support the cause. I want liberation for LGBTQ+ people. So despite me thinking I'm not in the community doesn't mean that I don't support the community. I absolutely do. But of course, just because that's what I believe for myself doesn't mean that the situation that you're in doesn't mean that you don't believe you could be LGBTQ+. Because if you're in, for example, a country which is not so great on gay rights, I'm thinking, you know, a lot of Eastern Europe, a lot of Africa, plenty of the Americas, including the USA itself in some parts, because it depends exactly where you live. I live in London, a very, very pro-LGBTQ+ place in a quite pro-LGBTQ+ country. You know, short of Brighton and maybe the gay village in Manchester, there isn't really many places in the UK which are more LGBTQ+ positive than London. But like I say, if you live in any of these places which are not positive for LGBTQ+ people, then being heteroflexible may be just about enough there for you to believe that you need liberation, and you probably do. And in which case, you can absolutely be part of the LGBTQ+ community, in my opinion. You are on this queer spectrum. You know, you are not the archetypal, traditional, they want to call it, person that only likes the opposite gender and, you know, clearly would never like their own gender. So don't be afraid to think that you aren't part of the community if you are in even the same kind of situation that I am, where it's only really some sexual attraction at some times, and you're even heteroromantic and would only ever think about being in a relationship with somebody of the opposite gender. What is important is that you define yourself however is right for you and for that time. So this may change over time and in your situation and maybe where you live and maybe who you meet. If it's important to you to acknowledge outliers to your dominant sexuality, then something like heteroflexible may be a useful label to you, or indeed homoflexible if your dominant sexuality is homosexual. But that doesn't mean you have to use that label for the rest of your life. Absolutely not. Sexualities change over time. Sexualities, sometimes you come out in your own way over time. I can say right now that I don't think their sexuality is going to change. I think I've been this way since I knew what sexuality was. But I can't say that for certain. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. It may change one way or the other. But right now I feel great to say that I am heteroflexible and I am straight. And also to say happy Pride to everybody. So my name is Andy. I do sex education videos on this channel, so it's a great reason to subscribe. Click the little bell icon so you are notified of when I next upload. Leave a comment below because I'm sure there are people with questions and comments and things they want to know. In my other videos, people have been really helpful and validating, and I'm sure there will be in this video as well. If you want to give the video a thumbs up, you can do that down below as well. And I do videos regularly, so therefore I hope I will see you next time. Bye bye.